Have you put any additional lights up in your garage, like me? Do you have any unsightly wires that you want covering up? Well, I do, as I will show you in just a second. So today we're going to be reviewing and installing the Delamu cable concealer kit. First of all, let me show you the heart of the problem. Well, I actually use this area for recording on my other YouTube channel, and I have these lights fitted up above which all look very nice, but this cabling just looks horrendous, and I've got it going all the way around the ceiling elsewhere in my workshop, and I figure it really is time I tidied that up and made it look somewhat neater, so this area looks better to recording. So let's take a look at the Delamu cable concealer channel kit, see what we get for our money, then let's see how easy it is to install and just what a difference it makes to that horrendous mess. Now in the Delamu kit we have 157 inches of cable concealer, which is an odd size as that's precisely 13 foot 1 inch. Not just 13 foot, not 12 foot, 13 foot 1 inch. So what have we got in our kit? Well, let me get all of this out of the packaging, let's get it on the bench and see what we get for our money. Okay, so this is what we get for our money. We've got 1 reel of double-sided tape, 4 bags containing 4 roll plugs and screws in each of those, 2 T-pieces, these are the same both sides, 1 square corner piece for going around the edge of a wall, 1 round corner piece also for going around the edge of a wall. All of these parts are the same, the curved bend ones on here. I've just laid them out so you can see the differential between front and back. There's 6 of those, and there's 9 connecting pieces in order to join these 10 strips together. Well, I said it's 13 feet long. There's only 10 of these, so they're obviously more than a foot long. Got plenty of room for concealing my cables in there. That's approximately 1 centimetre high by 2 centimetres across, if you're wondering, on there. So how do they work? Well, I was going to try and pull them apart like that. You may be able to do that, but it's far, far easier to simply slide the base off the tray like that. Attaching them to the wall, according to instructions, couldn't be anything more simpler than putting our tape on the back of here and then sticking that to the ceiling. We're then going to run our cable through and slide our mount back on. So let me go and do exactly that. The lights above here. Well, in the first instance, just using one of these pieces, I put the double-sided tape on the back. There's a bit of repainting work to do on here, but that is just about, I think, going to cover what I need on there. The double-sided tape has got a lot of grab. But it's not going anywhere in a hurry. It's a little tricky sliding it in, I am wondering. Now, do as I say, not as I do. When I said about sliding it in from the end, that's obviously completely ridiculous, because otherwise you'd be sandwiching the cable like that in order to try and get it out, or stretching it right to the end, so that's not going to happen at all. So, lining this up with the cable, well, with that part stuck to the wall, you can now either snap this connector in, according to the instructions, or slide it on from the end. Now that I've got the top part stuck to the wall, you can fit the bottom part, the concealer part of the system on, and it will either slide in from the end or snap home. It needs a bit of brute force in order to snap it home on there. However, my wiring is already looking better. Now I'm going to remove the existing fixings on here, measure it out and stick the relevant length of trunking to the ceiling, and on the longer runs of wire I'm going to use the joining connectors which lock underneath like that, so that won't actually fall off. You're then going to need to slide the next one in like that, so that's how it's going to look along the ceiling. Now when doing the longer runs I'm going to use these joining pieces like this, but you're going to need to leave a little gap because it slides under these 2 tabs here. Okay, well that's my first join in place, which is quite impressive. They're quite tricky to do and having to slide the ends of the trunking in there. Okay, well that's my first 2 runs completed down to this light, and it's already looking so much better. It is untrue on the ceiling compared to all these ragged wires that I got on this side. I now have to decide what I want to do with that connector. Well, in just a matter of minutes I managed to finish putting all my trunking or cable concealer up on the ceiling, giving a much better result all around my workshop, making it look a lot less cluttered and a lot neater. Anyway, that concludes the review of my cable concealer. Hope you liked this review and found it useful. If you're considering buying the same product, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.